Sweden has one of the highest rates of firearm-related violence in Western Europe, a result of an ever-increasing number of gangs and criminal networks responsible for the high inflow of illegal firearms to Sweden, according to experts. Despite one of the world's strictest gun laws, the country still faces significant firearm-related bloodshed, with many experts calling for additional policies to combat the illegal flow of firearms and gang criminality. According to a 2021 report by the Global Initiative Against Transnational Organized Crime, Serbian pistols and Yugoslav-era hand grenades are fueling the country's rising gang violence that is partially due to the legacy of the currently dissolved, so-called Yugoslav mafia, that dominated Stockholm's criminal underworld through the 1990s. At the time, Serbian war crimes suspect Zeljko Arkan Raznatovic effectively dominated significant parts of the urban criminal economy in Sweden. Another report, published in 2021 by the Organized Crime and Corruption Reporting Project, said. However, recent reports suggest that while Balkan weapons greatly contribute to ever-escalating firearms smuggling in the Scandinavian country, there are other factors also playing a significant part. For instance, there are fears among the country's experts that criminal networks may have access to weapons allegedly shipped from Ukraine, according to reports by the local Sveriges Radio. In Sweden's second-largest city, Gothenburg, arms smugglers have been requested to acquire weapons from war-torn Ukraine for further sale to criminal gangs in the country, the radio broadcaster said. Weapons smuggling expert at the Swedish Customs Service Jesper Lidholm expressed fears that criminals may have access to more powerful weapons to smuggle in Sweden and that any type of weapon provided to Ukraine as Western aid may also come back to the country, it added. But Matthias Stahel, a journalist and an author of the book Vapensmederna, The Gunsmiths, the men who are arming Sweden's criminals, told Anadolu that while the Moscow-Kyiv war is still ongoing, he does not think that there is a lot of leakage of weapon from Ukraine today. However, he added that, one day, the war will end, and then, those weapons, they need to go somewhere. Someone will want to make money from them. Sweden may not be the only Scandinavian country where criminals may have access to weapons that are meant for Ukraine. As last October, the Finnish National Bureau of Investigation said weapons sent to Ukraine may have found their way back to criminals in Finland. According to Stahel, the Nordic country is struggling to cope with weapon smuggling also because many EU member states have legalized toy guns or starter pistols that are only supposed to produce a loud bang without any bullets. These weapons are today manufactured by companies that make them look like exact copies of lethal weapons, but they are extremely easy to convert into lethal weapons. Under the current law, it is illegal to own such a weapon in Sweden unless you have a license for it. But criminal networks manage to find a way around it by simply making a journey to another EU country where they can buy these weapons legally. Since we don't have any border controls in Sweden, as most European countries don't have, it's very, very simple to take them with you back home, in a car, by bus or ferry, said Stahel. Criminals manage to hide firearms inside vehicles that are stopped and searched even, as they are sometimes built into the car itself, in the engine room, hidden doors, or under the passenger compartment, he noted. Koshnud also pointed out that the Swedish authorities must pour more resources into the country's Swedish customs to enable them to fight the influx of illegal weapons into Sweden. He said the country's parliament must rethink its law and come up with a new regulation that will give more power to customs to stop cars or trucks carrying illegal weapons into Sweden. Until then, dozens of gangs competing for control of Sweden's drugs, illegal gambling, and sex markets, which usually share the same arms suppliers, are managing to break through the Swedish borders without getting caught.